you, Khati? Are you hurt? Khati, no! Away from him!
Where are you? Where have you gone?
No.
All of you! Every one of you want me bad!
No.
Evil? Evil? You want evil? Then I shall be evil! I shall be hatred, terror, and revenge!
Khati,
Then
Felix,
are you okay? You didn't see him, Khati. The villagers have been hunting him for days.
we should have understood him, Felix.
Khati, but...
He was an outcast, just like us.
Khati, no.
We could have helped him.
Khati,
What have you done to him now? Have you made him evil forever?
Khati, not going after him. No. Khati, no!
Elizabeth. Any news of William?
No. One of the village girls saw him playing by the lake at 4 o'clock. She heard the clock chime, so she knew what time it was. But Victor, he's played there dozens of times. It's perfectly safe.
I know. Can't have gone too far. I expect he'll turn up soon. He's bound to.
What can have happened? Something's wrong. I know it, Victor. Did I tell you about my dreams?
Those dreams again.
I can't get them out of my head. This monstrous figure. I can't see him clearly, but when he appears, there's such a sense of doom and horror that I wake up crying with fear. What can it mean, Victor?
It means that you need some opium to help you sleep. I'll give you some later.
What? You don't think I'm going to sleep in the file, William? Do you?
No, of course not. Wait. There's someone down there. There's a group of them.
No, it's the priest. What's he carrying? Oh, no. No, it's William. He's dead.
Oh, good Lord! This is my doing. I know who's done this. Why did I ever start this cursed thing?
Frankenstein!
Demon! You killed my brother, didn't you? Murderer!
I am exactly what you made me, Frankenstein.
What have you done?
Victor, where are you? Oh, Victor.
Elizabeth.
Victor, no. Strangled. He was killed, Victor. Strangled.
No.
They found his little body down by the shore.
No.
What did he ever do to deserve that?
No.
He was the kindest little child. The sweetest little boy. He never hurt her. No, Victor. It can't be. Come down, please. Please, I beg you.
Leave me alone.
I need you.
Leave me alone, Elizabeth. I must talk to my visitor. I'll come down there in a minute.
But who is it? What are you doing?
I'll explain everything later, Elizabeth, but not now. Please, no.
Victor, your little brother has been murdered. Oh no, he's lying downstairs. Can't I make you understand? Oh, please, sir. You must make my cousin help me. Tell him to come down with me. Sir, please. I beg you.
No.
Oh, that dream. Oh, no. That figure in the dream. Oh, God, help me.
Elizabeth, no, please don't.
Let her go. You must listen to me now and do as I say. The time for regrets is past.
Demon, I didn't create you to do evil. Why have you betrayed me?
I betray you? If I knew how to laugh, Frankenstein, I'd shake this house with scorn. You are the betrayer. You created me And you made sure I could never be happy. Isn't that betrayal?
You killed my little brother. Is that love?
And as soon as you saw what you'd done, you turned away in horror and left me to find my way through the world. A creature everyone turned from with loathing and disgust. A vision from a nightmare. But do you know the cruelest thing of all? It was that I wanted to love. I came to life full of goodwill and friendship for every living creature. I wanted to help them and protect them and give them all the love I felt for them. And when I tried, they stoned me, they shot at me, and they set their dogs at me. And even the dogs turned away in disgust. Frankenstein! Has any man in history been more cruel than you have been to me?
You killed my brother. You.
Listen, and I will tell you everything. When I came to life, I knew nothing. I didn't know who I was or what the world was. Things had no names. The only thing I knew was pain. But I didn't know what it was called till much later. Everything was new, Frankenstein. Do you remember how things are when they are new? Or have you forgotten?
Get on, monster.
Yes. I went down into town, and they set their dogs at me. Creatures full of beauty, with soft fur and bright eyes. I wanted to kneel down and pet them and play with them. But they tore at me with their teeth. And that was when I knew fear for the first time. I ran into the forest where it was quiet, and I had cool water to bathe my flesh in. The moon came up, Frankenstein. Oh, to see the moon for the first time. And I realized what sadness was and loneliness. Those are the beings like myself. They stood upright just like me. They screamed at me, they shouted at me, but they all had companions, fellows, friends. Couldn't I find a friend? So I began to look.
Where? Where did you look? And how did you learn to speak?
By listening. By hiding and listening and practicing by myself. I found a cottage in the forest where a girl and a brother lived. A blind girl. The only piece of luck I ever had. She couldn't see me. She would speak to me. I would have done anything. I would have been a slave. Only if they'd accepted me. But her brother came and shot at me with his musket as if I were a wild beast. It broke my arm. The bullet is still in my shoulder. That was when I knew pain for the first time. All alone in the icy cold mountains, crying, weeping with rage and loneliness. Frankenstein! You can't imagine how I've suffered. If you could imagine it, you'd be on your knees, praying to your God for forgiveness.
My God.
Your God has nothing to do with you. You are my God. You created me, and you owe me happiness. Listen, and I'll tell you the last part of my story. When my wound healed, and the bitterness and hatred ebbed away a little, I was still ready to love, still ready to trust. You see what you'd made, Frankenstein? A creature better than yourself, perhaps? A nature more noble? What might have happened if, say, I were more cunning, more cautious? I thought it's only the grown men and women who hate me. They've learned to be suspicious and look at the worst of people. But what if I could find a child, a little creature with no hatred in its heart? I would take him with me to the forest, and we would live there happily with all the living creatures.
No, not my brother.
Be silent! I found such a child, an angel-like creature, playing on his own beside the lake. I went to him and I held him. Oh, I held him gently. I had no intentions to hurt him. And I said, come with me, little one. And he began to scream. And I said, no, shh, no one will hurt you. But you must come with me. And he said, I shall tell my brother, Frankenstein, and he will punish you, ugly monster.
No.
I put my hand around him to silence him because I was afraid, and your name resounded through my head. You, the creator of all my misery. You, the source of all my unhappiness. Frankenstein! A name to curse forever. And in that moment I thought, Frankenstein is my enemy. And I can hurt him. I can destroy what is his and make him as unhappy as he has made me. And I killed your brother. No. And I laughed. For the first time, I laughed. And now you must do something for me.
Never! I shall destroy you!
Not yet. Did you create me to be evil?
No.
Did you create me
never,
to be hated by all mankind?
No, never.
Did you create me to be just like any other human being, but stronger, nobler, kinder? To be like an image of what humanity might be?
Yes, I did. I intended all of that.
Then finish what you started, Frankenstein! How can I be good alone? How can I love when I'm met with nothing but hatred and disgust? Give me a mate, Frankenstein. Make me a wife. And I shall run away to the coldest, loneliest places and never come back. Anyway, we can survive in conditions where humans can't. But I must have a companion. Every living creature has someone to be with. Even you are to be married. Let me be the creature you want me to be. Kind, loving, peaceful. Give me a mate, Frankenstein. Give me a wife.
You swear you'll go back and never come back.
I swear it.
Oh God. Oh God, forgive me. I'll do it. It was wrong of me to start. But it will be worse not to finish. You can argue well, monster.
At last I can hope for something good. How long?
2 years.
2 years?
But I'll have to start from the beginning, you realize. At least I won't have to rely on the lightning this time. Got a much more powerful instrument than the older one. I can't hurry the task, you see. You want it done properly, monster.
Yes, of course, I can wait. But in 2 years' time, I shall return.
Oh, in 2 years' time, it will be ready. But if I hear of you any time before that, then I shall destroy it. And that will be the end of it.
No, you won't hear a thing. I'll be gone. But I'll be watching. 2 years, Frankenstein.
No. What have I done? What have I done? No. What have I done? And yet, he was right. It must be done.
Frankenstein.
Oh,
Frankenstein, I've just heard what happened to your brother. You poor fellow. But listen, my friend, they're hunting the murderer, and with dogs. Oh, they'll find him. Never fear.
no, Cloval. They'll never find him. Not out there.
You think not? But listen, my friend. We should go downstairs. There are things to be done, and most importantly, Elizabeth needs you.
Yes, you're right. Let's go. Cloval, is there a curse on my family?